Hey everybody, Adam here with Hometown Acres. Welcome back. Fall is finally here. This is my favorite time of year. It is an absolutely beautiful day. It's like 60 degrees, jeans and sweatshirt weather. I'm not sweating, but right around the corner is winter, and I've got a pile of things I've got to get done before the snow starts to fly and everything turns to mud around here. Starting with getting the field behind me mowed one last time and getting the mower put away for winter and getting the snowblower out. Before we start mowing, I had to take the truck in for its first service, and I bought a brand new set of winter wheels and tires, or at least brand new to me. I've got a pretty good tip for you guys on saving some money on a second set of wheels and tires if you want to have a summer set and a winter set. All right, so we just got our winter wheels and tires put on the truck, and I've got some advice I want to share with you guys that was shared with me from Kyle from Spicer Designs and good old neighbor Doug. And that is, when I bought this truck, it came with these wheels and these tires. I bought this truck used. This is a 2022. I bought it in February of 2024, and I believe the dealer, when I got it, had just put these tires on. These were brand new when I got them. I actually do like these tires in the summertime. They are a Michelin Defender LTX Platinum, and they are great on the highway. The truck rides smooth. When I upgraded from an F-150 to an F-250, I expected the ride to be pretty rough, but these tires actually make this truck drive kind of like my old F-150 did. And so I do like these tires, and I didn't want to just scrap them because I wanted an all-terrain tire for the wintertime. But I knew come fall I was going to need something more aggressive than these, because these just were not going to cut it. I do a lot of off-road driving. We've got a 300-yard long gravel driveway. The road coming down to the wood yard is gravel and dirt, and all around the wood yard here, you know, I'm going to find myself driving in field conditions quite a bit. Plus, I deliver firewood when the weather isn't great. I load up the tractor with the snowblower, and I go out and do snow blowing jobs for people where I'm actually going to be towing in the snow. And if you look at the tread pattern on these, while they are great and smooth and comfortable on the highway in the summertime, I knew that these just were not going to cut it come wintertime. But I knew that I did not want to get rid of these tires because they're basically brand new. That just seems like a waste of money. So I was talking to neighbor Doug and Kyle and asking them, you know, what should I do? And they said, go out and price a separate complete set of just wheels and tires and see what it is. And then once you find out how much they are going to be new, start looking on Facebook Marketplace for a set of factory OEM takeoffs from somebody who went out and bought a brand new $100,000 King Ranch or something, and the wheels and tires that come on their truck aren't fancy enough. So if you go to Facebook Marketplace and look for Super Duty takeoffs, you can usually find somebody who's got more money than brains, and they want to take off the wheels that came on the truck because they weren't good enough, and they sell them for pennies on the dollar. So I'll give you the example here. These were off of a 2024 F-250 Tremor, very nice truck, and I went to my local Ford garage and I said, hey, how much are those wheels and those Goodyear Wrangler Duratracs? Those wheels right there, directly from Ford OEM, were about $5,000 for a set of four, about $1,250 per wheel. And then if you add on the Goodyear Wrangler Duratracs on top of that, they actually had a good price on those. It was $1,400. So I was looking at, to get this straight from Ford, to have a separate set of wheels and tires, was going to be about $6,400. I went on to Facebook Marketplace, looked up Super Duty takeoffs, found these wheels and tires for $2,300. I saved over $4,000 by getting a set of used wheels and tires from somebody that didn't want these. They wanted something else. And these only have 2,000 miles on them. They're basically brand new. So that is my advice for you guys. If you find yourself in a situation where you have a brand new set of wheels and tires that you just got on a brand new truck or a used truck, and you're not crazy about them, or you want to use them in the summer or want to use them in the winter, go to Facebook Marketplace and look up factory takeoffs for whatever your make and model is, and you can probably save a pile of money. All right, new wheels and tires put on the truck for winter. Let's go ahead and get some grass cut. Man, I will tell you what, if you are not a fan of cutting grass, this was your summer. It basically just quit raining halfway through the summer. It was pretty wet, you know, April, May, and June. Grass was growing pretty quick, you know, cutting grass every 3 to 4 days, something like that. And then once July hit, it just quit growing. quit raining, grass quit growing. I don't think I've cut this field since early August. It's probably been 2 or 3 months, and it's the middle of October now. And I figured, why waste the diesel? If it's not growing up that thick or anything like that, just leave it go. We'll hit it one more time before winter and call it a day. So anyway, that's what we're doing right now. We're gonna finish getting this field cut, and then we'll get on to doing what the rest we gotta do before winter. All right, we're all done with the mower for the year. I'm gonna go ahead and get it cleaned up. If you guys haven't seen this before, this is my power washer station. This is all DIY. I built it myself so that getting out the pressure washer is easy as turning the water on, hitting the button, and using the retractable hose reel. I've got an Amazon link in the description for all of the different parts and pieces, all the plumbing stuff, that you can go ahead and build this yourself. This is what's nice about a 3-point finish mower is I don't have to take a deck off in order to clean the underside of it. Just lift it up, and because I've got the hydraulic top and tilt kit, I can hydraulically tilt this up so I can easily get to the underside of the deck here. And I can't believe how clean the underside of this deck actually is. It's really not going to take much to get this cleaned off. We'll go ahead and give it a quick coating of oil just to protect it over the winter, keep it from rusting, but get this thing put away and get the snowblower pulled out. So today's video is sponsored by Sundays for Dogs. This is our dog here, Sadie. She is a 7-year-old black coonhound. Sundays is a meat and plant-based dog food with clean ingredients you would actually recognize. There's 0 synthetics, artificial preservatives, or fillers. Basically, the ingredients on the back of the bag are things that you're more likely to find in your kitchen cupboard or your pantry than your high school chemistry class, like the other kibble that's out there on the market. Now, we've had Sadie here on Sundays for the last 6 months, and it has made a drastic improvement in her energy levels. Like I said, she is 7 years old, starting to get up there in age. I don't know if you can tell, but she's a little gray in the muzzle. What is that in dog years? 7 times 7. She's 49 years old in human years. And, you know, we've definitely noticed she's lost a little pep in her step that she used to have when she was a puppy. Since putting her on Sundays, though, we've noticed her getting a little bit of that back. Every once in a while, I'll look out the window in the house and I'll see her with a dog toy in her mouth sprinting across the yard. We haven't seen her do that in a while. And she'll even get the occasional case of the puppy zoomies inside the house where she just runs around and around and around. And again, you know, I thought that once she was 2 years old, we were never going to see that again, but we've seen a little bit of a resurgence of that now that she's been on Sundays. Now, none of that is important. You can feed your dog the best food in the world and it's the best for them, but who really cares if she doesn't actually enjoy it and like it? And I can tell you, that's not the problem. We've done a couple of sample tests with this side by side with her old kibble, and she consistently, given the opportunity, equal chance to eat both of them, she goes for the Sundays 10 times out of 10. In fact, we were trying to use up some of her old kibble and sneaking in a meal of the old kibble in here and there for breakfast and dinner just to use it up and get rid of it. And you can tell, she can tell, when she goes up to it and sniffs it, she looks up at us and is like, come on, where's the good stuff? I don't want to eat this junk. But when we put sundaes in her bowl, she literally sprints to it to go eat it. So if you're interested in trying out sundaes and you want to see what kind of transformation it can have on your dog, click the link in the description below and get up to 50% off your first order of sundaes. All right, the finish mower is all cleaned up and ready to be stored for winter. I'm gonna go ahead and get all of the snow removal equipment out of here. Snow blower, snow plow, snow blower. Get all that stuff out of here, put all the mowing equipment in up against the wall. And then I wanna go ahead and double up this storage building and put some firewood in it as a wood shed. What I've run into in the past is when I keep just one IBC tote in the shop and in the garage, inevitably whenever that basket is just about empty and I need to bring a fresh one in, we'll get a foot of snow. And then I gotta go out there and clean snow off of a fresh basket, and then I bring it into the shop, and then it takes a day for all the rest of the snow that you couldn't clean off to melt off, and then it takes a week for all that water to dry before you can start burning it. So I wanna have a good stockpile of wood in here under roof that I can access at any point in time, whether we get a big snowstorm or not, and it's gonna be dry and ready to burn at a moment's notice.
So I built this scrap lumber cart a few years ago, and I do use it. As you can see, I've got plenty of scrap lumber on it, but it is taking up a significant amount of floor space in the shop. So I thought for the winter time, I'm gonna go ahead and grab this, put this in the shed too. I can still come out here and get scrap lumber off of it if I need to, but if I'm bringing baskets of wood inside the shop to burn, I don't have room for IBC totes and this scrap lumber cart.
We've got about 4 IBC totes brought up here. I probably want to do another 4 in front of the finish mower. Again, all this stuff isn't going to be coming out until spring, so burying it with firewood is not an issue. But if I had 8 IBC totes up here, that would probably get me through until January or so, which would be a good start. And then I need to bring some more up. But this is my favorite time of year to put wood away. You know, try to plan ahead, take advantage of the seasons. We haven't had rain in like 2 weeks or so. So all this wood is good and dry. It's been sunny, windy, low humidity. Great time of year to get wood put away. But the last thing I want to get done here before winter, or actually I got a bunch more I want to get done before winter, but the last thing for this video is going to be I want to get my deck over trailer deck stained. I got this thing earlier this spring, and you know, they put green wood on it when we bought it, and it's been sitting out all summer long. Lumber on it's good and dry, ready to be stained and get protected for winter. All right, we got the trailer all sealed up and ready for winter. I'll tell you what, a fresh coat of stain on the deck boards of a trailer really will turn your head going down the road. This thing looks awesome. In case you guys are wondering, the product I use is called Ready Seal, and the color is Pecan. In case you have any projects where you need to do some outdoor staining, that stuff right there I have used on our roadside firewood stand. I used it on the 20 by 20 lean-to shed we got back there. I've used it for a number of different projects. It hasn't let me down yet. That's why I continue to still use it. As always, if it's something that you want to try out, I will leave a link down in the description below. Guys, these affiliate links that all of your favorite content creators are putting down in the description of their videos, you would be amazed at how much that actually goes to help the channel. It doesn't cost you anything extra, and if it's a project you are interested in anyway, and you use their link to go and buy it, I think on average it might be like a 3% commission that Amazon pays the content creator, not you. Like I said, doesn't cost you anything extra, so it is a great way to help support your favorite content creators. But anyway, I think that is going to about wrap up what I want to get done. Like I said, I've got a laundry list of things that I still need to get done before winter. I got to finish my downspout drain lines for the building down there, get a bunch more things put away. So I guess this is your reminder. We've got cold weather, then rain, then mud, and then snow all on its way. So while it's still 60 and 70 degrees, sunny and dry ground out there, get out there and go get done what you got to get done. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, give me a big thumbs up, click that subscribe button, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.